Hello and welcome to the Mason Cable News Show. We hope everyone had a great weekend. My name is Zoë Oliver.
And I'm Hyunbeen An.
Last week, MCN's own TJ Griffin and Hyunbeen An visited the annual Fall for the Book Festival at Wilkins Plaza. We now have their experiences at the event for you to watch.
Hey Patriots! Fall is just around the corner. Give yourself a chance to feel this autumn breeze with the power of literature. Then let's dig in.
The Fall for the Book Festival is our annual literary festival on campus. This is actually the 26th year that it's going on. We bring about 75 authors to campus every year. They do readings, panels, book discussions, signings, workshops as well. And it's a great community event too. We partner with of course, George Mason University, but also the City of Fairfax and the Fairfax County Public Libraries.
And the novel starts in medias res, so it starts in the middle, and it starts with a journal entry from her. And once we read the journal, we'll see how she gets to that place in the story where she's journaling. But journaling essentially is what opens her up to her relationship with her mother, which is one of the themes of the novel.
I'm right now in a creative nonfiction writing class, so it provided me a lot of insight and to see how these authors go about writing their poetry and hearing why they're doing it, why it's important to them, and really being able to hear that in their work.
What brought you to literature? Is there any motivation?
I've always loved books and reading, and then I came to start loving writing and poetry as well.
I heard that you wrote a poem that deals with queer identity. And what is a message that you want to convey through your literature?
Well, I just want to let people know that whoever you are, however you journey to find yourself, it's okay, and be patient.
One of our goals is really to have a writer for every reader, and we try to do that by having a huge diversity of authors in terms of both the writers, the genres that are represented, and we have a little bit of everything at the festival. We have fiction, we have nonfiction, we have poetry, we have history, we have science writing. We do children's events in the City of Fairfax as well.
Also happening last week was the Global Street Foods event across Mason dining halls. MCN's own Iyah Al-ani had the opportunity to attend and share her thoughts.
Well, working with Sodexo here at George Mason, we love doing a lot of events. It gives different variety and diversity to bring something new to the table that some students may or may not see on a daily basis. So I think it helps introduce food that people don't necessarily see every day.
So here we have some tacos from the dining hall.
Yeah, on my tacos I put shrimp, guacamole, sour cream, cheese, and salsa. Yeah.
So I'm vegetarian, and they didn't have any vegetarian protein options. So I went to the salad bar and I got some of my own beans to add to everything that she already had, besides the shrimp, obviously.
Yeah, we like when they have these options with Mexican options. There was some time that they had nachos with cheese, with meat, and all these things, and it was really good. The guacamole here, we love the guacamole here.
The guacamole is by far my favorite thing, and the cookies and cream ice cream. That's
insane.
That's hard for a chef because we have to cook so many. But if we talk about street food, the first thing that comes to my mind is almost like carnivals or fairs. You have, the funnel cakes, you have corn dogs, things of that nature, and you have variety too. You have desserts, starters, and you have some kind of entrees, and just I like food that's easier. You can pick up, eat on a stick, on the go, almost like walking and going as you can, and try as many samples that you can possibly try.
Last Friday, George Mason University kicked off the basketball season with Mason Madness. The men's and women's basketball teams went head-to-head in a three-point contest, with the women's team taking home the victory. Patriots also welcomed back Green Machine and participated in the first ever student dunk contest. Covering the event for MCN was the basketball team's biggest fan.
Hey Mason Nation, it's Zoe and welcome back to the 2024 Mason Madness event, where students and families can meet the new players of the upcoming season. I know I'm excited, and you probably are too, so let's just roll the clip already.
Let's meet the student athletes. Women's basketball team.
On Tuesday, MCN had the opportunity to attend the Visiting Filmmaker series where the film Ezra was shown. Madison Corin had the opportunity to sit down with the film's associate producer and George Mason alumni Alex Plank.
Hi, I'm Madison Corin, a student filmmaker here at George Mason University, here with Alex Plank, a GMU alumni and associate producer as well as actor on Ezra.
At first I was originally a computer science major, but I really like The Matrix and sneakers, and computer movies, hacker movies, and then I realized that I like the movies more than doing the computer stuff. So that sort of inspired me to switch my major from computer science to film. Well, I was diagnosed when I was 9, so I really wanted to spread the word about autism, and I created a website called Wrong Planet, and then because of that I've been asked to speak in many conferences and schools, and I've done it all over the world. And so I was involved in autism that way. I went to school for film, so I wanted to sort of use my unique experience with autism as a way in. Everyone who's worked with Tony Golan has so many nice things to say about him, and I mean, I do as well. I mean, he just was so intent on getting it right. We used a phrase called "nothing about us without us," which is something that the disability rights community has been using for decades, and basically saying that having an autistic producer as well as an autistic actor in front of the camera. I mean, just making it actually authentic to the lived experience of people who lives are affected by these types of representations. Working with someone who's the level of Robert De Niro is like a dream come true. I mean, Bobby Cannavale and Rose Byrne also are just incredible actors. I got to act with them in a scene, and Tony Goldwyn as well, and our star William Fitzgerald, who plays Ezra. And I mean, it was just learning so much just to be on set and to see Robert De Niro go through, and the way that he sort of works a scene out in his head and sort of gets to this place, and the things that he sometimes adds into these scenes. Even in a movie like Ezra, it was written by the father of an autistic boy. So, I mean, even in that sense, yeah, they had me, but it still wasn't my personal story to tell, right? So I'm working on my own stories, and I encourage everyone else to do that. I think the representation of autism in the media often comes from a good place, but is generally very reductive and simplistic, and oftentimes hits stereotypes. And I think that it's important to show different people who don't necessarily look like me, who are autistic. I think women and people of color, and both people of color who are women and non-binary, I think it's important to show the whole spectrum. I mean, I remember making my film Autism Reality here with Tommy Britt, who's still a professor here. Yeah. One of the people I interviewed was a Native American shaman who talked about how people who are autistic could follow what's called a red path. And I was just, because I saw a guy carrying a rain stick in DC, and I was like, hey, can I interview you for my documentary? Because he, seemed to know about autism. So I did. And, it's just interviewing people who are different. If you're making a documentary, trying to include other people who are not who don't look like you, who don't talk like you, who are from different socioeconomic backgrounds as you, just trying to open yourself up to worlds that you're not a part of.
Recently, George Mason University researcher Arthi Narayanan received a $1.4 million grant from the Defense Threat Reduction Agency. Her work will focus on mosquito-transmitted viruses and how they interact with the brain, liver, and lungs. The study will use the Organ-on-a-Chip program offered at the George Mason's Biomedical Research Laboratory. Narayanan hopes her findings will help us understand how diseases affect our organs.
Zoe will now give you the update on the weekly weather report.
Today we saw a high of 67 with sunny skies, while tonight will drop down to a low of 41. Tomorrow will also be sunny with a high of 67 before cooling down to 53 with some clouds overnight. Saturday will be sunny with wind and a high of 68 before a low of 41 in the evening. Sunday will also be sunny with a high of 59 before dropping to a low of 39 in the evening. Monday will also start the week with a high of 62 with sunny skies and a low of 42. Tuesday will see another high of 67 with mostly clear skies before dropping to a low of 50 in the evening. Wednesday will finish the weekly forecast with a high of 74 with mostly sunny skies and end with a low of 54. This upcoming week, we will see local Fairfax area under a hazardous weather outlook, with higher risks of fires in the area due to a dry and windy condition.
Thank you, Zoe. Are you a second or third year student considering the honors program? On October 25th, the Honors College will be holding an info session from 12 to 1 p.m. on Zoom. The meeting will cover curriculum, community, and more. Registration for the event is available on Mason 360.
The Filipino Cultural Association will be hosting a Barrio Fiesta, celebrate Filipino-American History Month with food and presentations. The event will be Friday, October 25th from 4 to 9 on Merton Lawn, weather permitting. You can sign up for this event on Mason 360.
We will now head to Viviana for the world of Mason sports.
The Mason men's soccer team started the week with an exciting win on Saturday against St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia. The scoring started with Patriot Louis Maestri's free kick in the 8th minute. That goal was then followed by goals from Patriots Martin Sereno, Merrick Gonda, and Javi Sanchez. This game improved the Patriots' record to 5 wins, 2 draws, and 0 losses overall, and 3 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses in the A10 conference play. Their next game will be at home this Saturday when the Patriots host St. Bonaventure University for their second to last game of the season. The Mason women's soccer team also started their week at St. Joseph's University. However, their game resulted in a 1-0 loss to the Hawks. The Patriots then returned home for their second game of the week on Sunday against the University of Richmond, which resulted in another loss, this time 2-0. The Patriots will play this evening at St. Louis University on the road before returning home for their final game of the season against Duquesne University on Sunday afternoon. The Mason women's volleyball team hosted the University of Rhode Island for a 2-game meet over the weekend. In the first game on Friday night, the Patriots swept the Rhode Island Rams in 3 close sets, with Olivia Kennedy and Evelina Gasick leading the Patriots in kills. On Saturday afternoon, the Patriots also defeated the Rams, but this time in 4 sets after dropping the second set. This time, Haley Gretz joined Olivia Kennedy in leading the Patriots in kills. George Mason also hosted 50 years of Mason women's volleyball that afternoon by welcoming former players back to the rec gym. The Patriots' next match will be tomorrow on the road against Loyola University, Chicago. The Mason men's basketball team will host an exhibition game against St. Mary's University this Saturday at Eagle Bank Arena before hosting their first official game of the 2024-2025 college basketball season on November 4th against North Carolina Central University. The women's basketball team will also host their first game of the regular season on November 4th against Johnson C. Smith University. The 2024 World Series begins tomorrow evening. The 7-game series between the American League champions, the New York Yankees, and the National League champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers, will surely be a series for the ages. Now, back to the show.
Thank you, Viviana. On October 28th, join Chi Upsilon Sigma to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. The event will feature ofrendas, traditional music, and Mexican treats. There will also be a ceremony dedicated to the family, community, and remembrance to embrace the holiday. The event will be from 6 to 8 p.m. in VIP Room 2 in the Hub. If you are interested, registration is open on Mason 360.
The Communication Career Forum will be held on Tuesday, October 29th. Join MasonCon for an opportunity to network with leading communication professionals and sign up for small group mentoring sessions with journalists, marketers, public affairs specialists, and media producers, and so much more. The event will last from 8 a.m. to noon in the JC. Registration is required to attend. You can register at communication.gmu.edu.events.
Leadership Education and Development will be hosting a Braver Campus debate on October 29th. These debates are designated to be non-competitive, highly immersive, and experimental for everyone involved. This debate's topics is, should there be any limitations, legal or otherwise, on a pregnant person's ability to have an abortion? The debate will be from 5 to 6:30 p.m., and if you are interested in participating, registration is available on Mason 360.
Diwali begins next Thursday. Patriots, to celebrate contemporary student services, will be holding a Diwali event October 30th. Come design wooden mandals and colors. Traditional Diwali snacks and treats will be available. The event will be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Hub in room 1014. To register for the event, go to Mason 360.
Election Day is in a week and a half, Patriots, so be sure to register at vote.gov. If you are registered to vote on campus, you can do so in Merton Hall from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Besides the presidential election between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, there is also various congressional, gubernatorial, and local elections as well. Classes will be canceled November 5th, so get out and vote.
Spooky season is upon us, Patriots. From all of us here at the Mason Cable Network, we want to wish you a happy and safe Halloween.
So, Hyunbeen, are you excited for the upcoming game on this Saturday?
Yes, I'm so excited. I registered for the event and you should definitely come with me.
I definitely will. Registration's on Mason 360, everyone. And thank you so much for tuning in, Patriots. You can keep up to date with the news on and off campus if you follow us on Instagram at MCN, on TV, and on Twitter and Facebook at Mason Cable Network. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Zoë Oliver.
And I'm Hyunbeen An. Have a great rest of the week, Patriots.